Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Rafi Satria. I'm from Class A. My NPM is 21170511046. Now I want to present my PowerPoint about oxygen cycle. And the first subject is, what is oxygen? Oxygen, or acid, is a chemical element in the periodic table system that has the symbol O and atomic number 8. Oxygen cycle. The oxygen cycle is a biogeochemical cycle that represents the movement of oxygen through atmosphere, biosphere, geosphere, and hydrosphere. 1. Carbon dioxide in, oxygen out. The oxygen cycle cannot be separated from the process of photosynthesis. Photosynthesis converts water and carbon dioxide into energy, sugar, and oxygen. Photosynthetic organisms form the basis of the food chain because they can use the energy of sunlight to produce food for themselves and to create a source of oxygen needed by other organisms. 6CO2 plus 6H2O plus energy will become C6H12O6 plus 6O2. Oxygen cycle. Oxygen in, carbon dioxide out, photosynthetic. Organisms are called producers because they can produce their own food. The other major group of organisms are consumers, who consume producer organisms or consume organisms that consume producer organisms. Examples are deer in forest ecosystem and fish in aquatic ecosystem. In general, consumer organisms are aerobic organisms that need to breathe oxygen to maintain the cellular response that releases the energy contained in food molecules. 3. Aerobics and soil aeration decomposing. Organisms play a role in the oxygen cycle in certain terrestrial ecosystems because they can help mix oxygen into the soil. This increased ventilation increases soil fertility and helps plants produce more oxygen during photosynthesis. The oxygen cycle, in brief, can be understood easily through the following points. The photosynthesis process of plants and algae absorbs carbon dioxide, or CO2, and produces oxygen, or O2, which is released into the atmosphere. The oxygen, or O2, is inhaled by humans and animals through respiration or the respiratory process. Oxygen is used by humans and animals as fuel for food in the body's metabolic process. The metabolism of humans and animals produce carbon dioxide, or CO2, which is then released into the atmosphere. Industrial activities also utilize available oxygen and release carbon dioxide, or CO2, into the atmosphere as industrial waste. Compounds resulting from respiration of living things and industrial combustion are carbon dioxide, or CO2, and water, or H2O. These two compounds are then reused by plants in the process of photosynthesis. Then the process continues starting from the first process again. Here is the table of oxygen storage from atmosphere, biosphere, and lithosphere. The largest reservoir or reservoir on Earth is in the lithosphere, with 99% stored in the form of silicate and oxide minerals, and only a small part in the biosphere in the form of free oxygen. 0.1 and 0.36% released into the atmosphere. Most of the oxygen exchange processes occur only between the atmosphere in the biosphere, and the process of photosynthesis plays an important role in the oxygen cycle. And that's my presentation for now. Thank you for your attention. Goodbye.